The elevator door slid open with a soft ding. Jungkook, tank top clenching to his body, freeing his full sleeves and chest started peeking through his jaw sharp as he lacy a shirt on his gum. At the same moment, Tong was stepping in, his arm full of grocery bags. They bumped hard, the bags nearly slipping from Tong's hand as his balance shook. Before he could fall, Jungkook's strong arm gripped his waist, pulling him back against his chest. His knees bent slightly to steady the both of them. For the heartbeat, the time stilled. Tong wide eyes blinked up at him, soft brown iris, lashes fluttering. Jungkook's gaze dropped to the mole under his eyes. Then the one near his lip, pretty, too pretty. His jaw clenched. Tong's Jungkook's tattoo flexed as he held him. His grip burned against Tong's pale skin. Their faces were so close. Tong could feel the faint mint of Jungkook's chewing gum. Jungkook smirked as he muttered, "Pretty things don't belong to Flo." The word made Tong breathe quickly. He straightened himself, bowing his head to avoid the intensity in Jungkook's eyes. "Sorry." He rushed past, the faint brush of Jungkook's dust still lingering on his waist. His footsteps echoed as he disappeared into his boyfriend's apartment. Jungkook stayed there, leaning against the elevator door frame, eyes following the disappearing figure. His palms still tingled where Tong's form had been. Chewing on his gum, he pushed his hair back with a lazy hand, then bent boy aura wrapping around him like a smoke. He smirked to himself, muttering under his breath, "Damn, too bad that pretty thing isn't mine." The elevator door slid shut again. Tong unlocked the door with a small smile. He stepped inside quickly, carrying the grocery bags in his hand. "Minja, I'm home." In the living room, Minja was sprawled on the couch, eyes glued on the TV, remote in hand. He didn't even glance up. Tong smiled dimly, but he carried the bags into the kitchen, setting them on the counter. "Why did you come with me today? It's been a while since we've been out together." Minja finally looked at him. "You didn't want me to?" Tong frowned, blinking in confusion. "What? Why not? I never said that." Minja scoffed, sitting up straight. "That's the problem, Tong. You don't say anything anymore. You just smile, act like everything is fine. But I see it. I have been seeing the changes in you these past few weeks." Tong froze, clutching the counter edge. "Changes?" Minja's tone grew bitter, each word cutting deeper. "You linger around without me. You look happier walking alone than when you are with me. You would rather be in someone else's arms than mine. Don't you think? Don't think I don't notice the way people look at you and how you don't push them away." Tong shaking his head, eyes welling up. "That's not true. I have never." Minja cutting him off, voice raising. "You like the attention, don't you? You like being the innocent while making me look like a fool. Do you even care about us anymore, Tong? Or am I just someone you run back when you are tired of your games?" Tong's throat tightened, tears blurred his vision as he shook shakily, stepped closer as he pleaded. "Minja, I love you. I have only been loving you. I don't know why you are saying these things." Minja stood up now, towering over him, voice harsh. "Because you renewed us. You changed his tongue. You are distant, cold. You smile at strangers more than you smile at me. You think I can't feel it? Love is gone. You are the reason this relationship feels like it's falling apart." Tong, tears spilled, his lips trembled. "I tried, Minja. I'm still trying. Why can't you see that?" But Minja only looked away, his jaw clenched as if even looking at Tong now was painful. "You are trying with everyone but not with me." Minja's was echoed in the air, sharp and cold. Tong stood frozen, tears streaking his face, heart rushing from every accusation. Tong shook her voice. "What are you saying? I'm still here, Minja. Doesn't that mean anything? If I didn't love you, I wouldn't still be standing in front of you." Minja is snapping. "Trying? You call this trying? You can't even look at me the way you used to." He strode past Tong into the bedroom. The sound of drawers slamming open made Tong's chest tighten. Tong, wiping his tears, following quickly. "Minja, what are you doing?" He froze when he saw Minja roughly pulling clothes from the closet, shoving them into the suitcase. Tong trembling. Hey, why are you packing my things? Minjai's expression was stone cold as he zipped open the suitcase wider to get you out of my apartment. The word hit Tong like a knife. His legs were weak, his breath shaky. Tong pleaded, grabbing Minjai's arm. No, don't do this. Please, where will I go at this time at night? This is my home too. Minjai yanked his arm free, eyes flashing. Not anymore. You wanted freedom so badly, didn't you? Go find it. I don't care where you go. Tong's voice breaking, tears streaming. Minjai, please don't. I will change. I will do everything. Just don't throw me out like this. But Minjai shoved another shirt into the suitcase. It's too late for that, Tong. I'm done. Tong's knees nearly gave out as he watches the life he built here shoved into the suitcase piece by piece. Tong clutched Minjai's wrist desperately, his voice cracking. Please don't do this. We can fix this, Minjai. Just talk to me. Minjai snapping, pulling away. I don't want to fix anything. Don't you get it? I'm sick of this. Sick of you and your pathetic excuses. He yanked his suitcase upright with one hand, grabbing Tong's wrist with the other, and marched toward the door. Tong sobbing, stumbling after him. Minjai, no, please. I have nowhere to go. I will do better. I will. Minjai shoving the suitcase into his chest. Save your tears for someone else. You ruined this relationship, Tong. Now go out. He opened the door and shoved Tong into the hallway. The suitcase hit the floor. Tong's knees buckled as he cocked himself on the wall, his cheeks wet with tears. Tong whispering broken. Minjai. But Minjai's face was hard, ice cold. Without another word, he slammed the door shut. The sound echoed through the silent hallway, final and merciless. Tong stood there in disbelief, his hands still hovering in the air as if he could knock and undo it all, his chest damming with sobs. But no one came to open the door. Slowly, the floor, hugging his suitcase, trying to swallow the reality that he no longer had a place inside. From the end of the corridor, he heard a low whistle. Shankuk leaning against the wall, arm crossed, chewing on his gum lazily. That was something. Guess. Lover word doesn't want you anymore? Tong had snapped up. Eyes wide with emotion, he quickly wiped his tears, trying to compose himself. I am fine, don't worry about me. Tong, Shankuk's dark eyes narrowed, lingering on Tong's tear-streaked face. His face came the way his fingers shook around the handle of the suitcase. Shankuk pushing off the wall, walking closer. Fine, you call sitting outside your open apartment at midnight with a damn suitcase is fine. Tong shook, looking away, swallowing hard, refusing to meet his gaze. It's none of your business. Shankuk crashes in front of him suddenly, forcing their eyes to meet, his tattoos visible, having that bad by aura. You are right. It's not my business, but he leaned closer, eyes burning into ties. Something about you makes me want to make it mine. Tong's breath itched, heart racing under the intensity. He quickly shook his head. Thigh bleeded. Don't, please, just leave me alone. But Shankuk's make it, reaching out and gently pushed a stray strand of hair from Tong's damp cheek. His fingers brushed the soft, fragile, trembling skin. Not happening, pretty thing. I don't let someone cry their eyes out in front of me and pretend I didn't see it. He stood grabbing the suitcase handle before Tong could protest, and he fled it toward his own apartment door. Tong, alarming, screaming up. Wait, what are you doing? That's mine. Shankuk glancing back with a smirk. Exactly, and it's coming with me unless you'd rather sleep on the hallway floor tonight. Tong's lips parted, words stuck in his throat. He wanted to argue, but the sight of Shankuk standing there, tattoos visible under his tank top, chewing his gum like he owned the world, it was impossible to resist. For the first time that night, Tong felt a flicker of safety. Tong stood stiffly in the hallway, refusing to cross the line. His suitcase was already dragging inside Shankuk's apartment, but he stayed rooted in place, clutching himself as if the wall would swallow him if he moved. Shankuk, from inside, leaning on the doorframe. Come in, pretty thing. You will catch a cold out there. Tong shook his head furiously, eyes shimmering. I don't want your help. I will be fine here. With a small scope, Shankuk let the door swing shut. The hallway grew silent again, the only sound Tong saw echoing against the wall inside. Shankuk leaned back against the door, chewing on his gum. slower, this time irritating, mixing with something else he couldn't name. After a long moment, he pursued himself up and walked toward the kitchen. Minute passed, the faint sound of pots and aroma of food drifting through the crack of the door. When Shankuk opened it again, he found Dong sitting curled up beside the frame, face buried in his knees, shoulder trembling. The sight made Dong something in his chest. Shankuk crouches down, bringing himself to eye level, his tattoo speaking from under his loose tank top. Hey, look at me. Dong hesitated, then slowly lifted his tear-sticked face, lashes damp, his solemn lips trembling. Don't pity me. Shankuk gazed angered on him, moment longer than the necessary. Before he exhaled, Shankuk, I'm not trying to pity you. I just want to help. That's all. Dong blinked at him, confused. Shankuk tilted his head, making slightly. Shankuk, you love him, right? That ninja guy? Dong swallowed hard and gave him a tiny nod. His voice barely audible. I do. Shankuk leaned closer. Then, let's get him back. But not by begging at his door, by making him jealous. If he really loves you, he will come crawling back once he sees you slipping away. Dong brushed forward. Make him jealous? Shankuk's make widened as he reached out, brushing away the stray tear from Dong's cheek with his thumb. Yeah, we will put on a little show, you and me. Laughter in the hallway, holding hand, weird. He can see, maybe a picture or two. Trust me, he won't stand watching you in someone else's. Dong's heart raced, his mind screamed to protest. But the she in his chest from Minja's reaction was louder. He hesitated, then whispered, You promise this will work? Shankuk, I promise. But you will have to play your part and I will be right there to help you. Shankuk saw the hope in Dong's eyes and smirked, knowing he had just placed himself exactly where he wanted to be. Next morning, Dong stepped out of Shankuk's apartment, dressed neatly. He closed the door gently behind him, gripping the strand of the small bag Shankuk had lent him. But the moment he turned it, he froze. Minja was standing there. His expression was unreadable, shock, anger, and disbelief tangled together. His eyes darted from Shankuk's door to Dong's face. He took a step forward, grabbing Dong's wrist tightly. What the hell are you doing there? You went to him after I told you to leave? Dong winced at the grip but didn't back down this time. Let go of me, Minja snapping. Answer me, Dong. Dong jaw tightened. He made Minja's clear anger finally breaking through the hurt. Why does it matter to you? You are the one who told me to get out. You made it clear I am nothing to you. Now, he pulled his hand free. I will do whatever I want. Minja's eyes widened. He had never heard Dong sound like that before. His voice shook with frustration. So, this is it now? You will stay with that guy? He scoffed bitterly. That playboy? Dong's breath issued, his chest tightened for a second. He saw red. He pointed a trembling finger at him, voice rising. Shut up. Don't talk about him like that. Minja, disbelieving. What? You are defending him now? Dong snapping. He is not a playboy. He is my friend. Minja, mocking laugh. Oh really? Since when did you two become friends? Dong lips parted. He didn't have any answer. You don't need to know that. Minja bitterly. I think I do. Need to know, Dong. Before Dong could respond, the door behind him opened. The familiar click of Shankuk's boot echoing against the hallway floor. He stepped out slowly, tattoos visible under his loose shirt, eyes turning from Dong's trembling finger to Minja's clenched fist. The faint pop of gum broke the silence. Both Dong and Minja froze. Shankuk's gaze settled on Minja, calm but carrying that dangerous weight that didn't need words to be understood. Minja laughed bitterly and disbelieving. Friend, you and him can't be friends, Dong. Not after everything. He doesn't do friends. Everyone knows that. Dong's head curled into fist, frustration and embarrassment mixing in his chest. Believe what you want. You threw me out, remember? You lost the right to question who I stay with. Minja snapping. I didn't throw you out so you could crawl into his bed. Tai clenched his eyes, stinging. He opened his mouth to defend himself, but before he could, Shankuk leaned against the door frame, a slow smirk forming on his as he saw Minja's furious face. What all these noises so early in the morning? Minjae, snarling. Stay out of this, Jungkook. This is between me and him. Jungkook grabbed him completely. He walked right up beside Taeyong, resting an arm casually around his neck. His touch felt protective and little possessive. He looked down at Tae, then at Minjae with a mocking tint of his head. What's wrong, bestie? Taeyong froze for a second, eyes starting up at him in shock. Bestie? Well, Minjae's face twisted in rage. Minjae, don't call him that. Don't even touch him. Jungkook, innocent tone. Why not? He said we are friends. I am just being friendly. He squeezed Taeyong's shoulder tight, lightly, the smirk never leaving his face. Right time? Taeyong stammered, shakes pink, but he nodded, playing along because Minjae was glaring at him. Yeah, we are just friends. Minjae, furious. You think I will believe that? He took a step forward, pointing a shaking finger at Jungkook. You don't even know what you are getting into. He is. Jungkook coldly interrupting. He is what? Too good for you? That shut Minjae off for a second. The air went tense, dangerously quiet. Jungkook smacked down his subtle sharp. You are angry because he is not crying outside your door anymore? Get used to it. Minjae clenched his face, his voice low and venomous. You are playing with fire, Jungkook. Jungkook shrugging, eyes glinting. Maybe, but at least I don't burn what I love. The elevator dinged behind Minjae, the sound breaking the tension. He glanced one last time at both of them before storming inside. As the door slid shut, Jungkook dropped his arm from around Taeyong's neck, clutching under his breath. Damn, bestie, you should have told me your ex has anger issue. Then Tae shot him a look, trying not to smile despite the shouts. You didn't have to call me that in front of him, Jungkook. What, bestie? He smacked. Oh, I'm definitely calling you that again. You look it cute, man. Hit and hit, right? Taeyong groaned, hiding his face with his hand. You are unbelievable, Jungkook. Yeah, he said his brows, leaning little closer to Taeyong, but effective. The university courtyard buzzed with life that morning. Students shouting, laughter echoing under the street. And right through the center of all it came Jungkook, made black bike, sleek and loud enough to turn heads. Taeyong sat behind him, helmet slightly too big, clutching Jungkook's shackles to keep his balance. The wire cock is heard when they stopped, and for the brief second, he smiled, actually smiled, like there's no stress. They parked near the art building. Jungkook pulled off his helmet first, shaking his head, dark hair falling across his forehead. Then he turned slightly, reaching over to unbuckle Taeyong's helmet. His finger pressed against Taeyong's cheek, gentle, maybe too gentle. A small crowd nearby noticed it immediately. Whispers started. A few phones even lifted their phones, pretending to shake messages while recording. And across the courtyard, Minjae saw everything. He had been leaning against the wall with his few of his friends from the drama club, half listening to their conversation until he saw them. His chest went tight, his jaw clenched as he straightened it up. Friend 1, snickering. Isn't it your ex, Taeyong? With that guy? Friend 2, laughing. Oh yeah, Jungkook. The tattooed boy. Playboy, right? Guess. Tae's got a type now. Minjae. They are probably just talking. Friend 1 mocking. Talking? You sure? Because it doesn't seem like just talking to me. They all turned to look. Jungkook was leaning closer, adjusting Taeyong's messy hair, his thumb brushing astray away from Tae's lips. Taeyong laughed shyly, pushing his hand away, and Jungkook smiled. The laughter from Minjae's friend grew louder. Friend 2. Man, he really moved on fast. Kiss your ex like bad boys now. Friend 3. They look good together though. I mean, look at them. Minjae's eyes curled into face at his side, his seat grinding. Every word made the blood pound harder in his ear. Friend 1 teasing. You sure they are not dating? The way he is smiling? Minjae snapping. They are not. His voice came out louder than he intended. The laughter stopped for a moment. Everyone staring at him. Minjae looked away quickly, his ears burning. He turned it back toward the bike just in time to see Jungkook sing his arm over Taeyong's shoulder casually, taking him toward the building. Taeyong said nothing, smiling up at him, and Jungkook leaned down to whisper something that made Tae's hair turn pink. Minja's face twisted painfully. Friend 2, low whistle. Yeah, definitely not just talking. Minja didn't answer, he just stared at Jung Locket as Jungkook glanced back, meeting his eyes with Minja. Jungkook smiled at him. He tilted his chin slightly like he knew exactly what he was doing. That single look was enough to make Minja's blood boil. He tore his gaze away, muttering under his breath, "He's doing this on purpose." Friend 1, who? Jungkook? Minja, tight voice. Yeah, and I swear he's going to regret it. Friend 3, but didn't you say you broke up with Dong? Then why? Minja glared at him. Doesn't mean that bastard a right to roam around with Dong. We haven't still officially broke up and he's already hitting on Tae like he owns him, that bastard. Friend 4, but bro, it's you who gave him this chance. You shouldn't have left Dong. Dong looked at him. He's 10, and what did you do? You know he is a trophy. Minja glanced at the direction where Jungkook took Dong out of his sight. Trophy or not, but he is mine, only mine, and Jungkook will learn it soon.
But deep down, what really scared him wasn't Jungkook's smirk. It was the way Taehyung's laugh sounded different, lighter, freer, when it was made for him and more. Taehyung hopped off the bike a little awkwardly, brushing his palms against his jeans. His heart was still racing, half from the ride, half from the dozens of eyes he could feel on him. Taehyung, softly, "You didn't have to drop me off right in front of the building." Jungkook smirked, pulling off his helmet and running a hand through his messy hair. "What, you scared of a little attention?" Tae frowned, glancing around nervously. Several students were already whispering behind their hands, their eyes flicking between him and Jungkook. "Taehyung, they're looking at us." Jungkook, grinning, "Good. Let them. That's the point, isn't it?" Taehyung groaned under his breath, grabbing his bag and trying to walk off, but Jungkook caught his wrist lightly. "Jungkook, hey." He reached forward, brushing his thumb along Tae's temple, fixing a stray lock of hair that had fallen into his eyes. "You'll ruin the act if you keep looking nervous. Relax." Taehyung blinked up at him, his breath catching at how close Jungkook suddenly was. "You don't have to act that well." Jungkook chuckled. "You'd be surprised how many people are watching right now." He nodded toward the left. Taehyung followed his gaze and saw a few students pretending to scroll on their phones, but clearly recording them. Tae's eyes widened. "They're recording us?" Jungkook, shrugging, "Of course they are. Everyone loves a scandal." He leaned closer, voice dropping. "You okay with that?" Taehyung hesitated. He wanted to say no, that it was too much, that it hurt knowing Minjae might see this, but then he remembered how Minjae had looked at him last night, as if Tae meant nothing. He straightened a little. "You in okay?" Jungkook smiled proudly, maybe even a little impressed. "That's my bestie." Taehyung groaned again. "Don't call me that here. People already think." Jungkook, cutting in, amused, "that we're dating?" Taehyung glared at him. "Exactly." Jungkook, smirking. "Good. That means it's working." Before Taehyung could argue, Jungkook picked up his helmet, leaned close, and whispered, "Jungkook, besides you make me look good." Tae's face flushed red, and Jungkook laughed, walking off toward his department building. Taehyung stood there for a second, heart fluttering wildly before hearing a group of students nearby whisper, "Are they together? I saw them come in on his bike. Didn't Taehyung just break up with that Minjae guy? But they were acting till tomorrow and I haven't seen them together this morning. I guess they broke up." Tae exhaled, closing his eyes briefly. Maybe this was still just a plan, but why did his chest feel so heavy and warm all at once?
The library was quiet. Dong had just pulled a stack of books from the top shelf when the familiar was behind him and said, "So, this is where you hide now?" Before he could even turn, a rough hand grabbing his wrist and carried him backward. The books tumbled on the floor as Minja dragged him deeper between the shelves, out of sight from the main reading area. Dong, startled, "Let go!" He struggled, but Minja's grip only tightened. In one sharp move, Minjay shoved him against the bookshelf. Tong, angry. What the hell are you doing? But before he could make more noises, Minjay's palm slammed over his mouth, muffling the words. Tong's eyes widened and panic flashing across his face. Minjay coldly, shut your mouth, Tong, unless you want everyone to hear that you have been sleeping with Jungkook. Tai froze, his breath catching beneath Minjay's hand. His heart pounded painfully against his ribs. He tried to shake his head, tried to speak, but Minjay's grip on his mouth stayed firm. When he tried to push him away, Minjay caught both of his wrists with one hand, pinning them above his head against the shelf. The wood pressed uncomfortably against Tai's back as he twisted in frustration, tongue muffled under his hand. Let me go. Minjay leaned closer, his voice sharp with jealousy and anger. You think I would believe that act you are putting on with him? You think I don't see what's going on? Tai's eyes burned not from fear, but from the boiling anger he couldn't release. He wanted to slap him, to yell, to show him away, but both his hands were trapped, bound, tied by Minjay's grip. All he could do was glare, eyes trembling with restraining fury. Minjay's hand dropped from Tai's mouth. You are still with that playboy. You know what my friends are saying about you. You don't even care about my image, do you? Tong's breath came shaky, his lips trembling before he snapped. He beat down hard on Minjay's palm, forcing him to let go. He stumbled back a step, glaring through the teary eyes. Tong's voice cracking. Why would I care about your image when you are like this? You threw me out. You. When that apartment was paid by my money, I worked my soul out for that place, Minjay, and you just tossed me out like it was yours. Minjay scoffed bitterly, cutting him off. So what? What about the money I spent on you? The clothes, the dinner, the night I paid every bill. Can you give those back? Tong's lips parted, disbelief washing over his tear-streaked face. What money are you even talking about? And I still... He shook his head, choking on his words. I still don't understand why you pushed me out of your apart life in the first place. Minjay exhaled harshly, pacing a few steps, running a frustration hand through his hair. I was just too angry at that time. You made me furious. I wasn't thinking straight. He turned it back to him. You should have stayed by the door. You should have waited. But no, you went straight to that playboy next door. His hand gripped Tong's shoulder again, shaking him lightly as his voice rose. Why, Tong? Why did you go to him? Everyone is talking about it. My image, my name. It's all ruined because of you. Tong's tears finally spilled, his voice trembling. You are still worried about your image, not about us. Not about what you did to me. He wiped his face with his back of his sleeves, taking a shaky breath. Then it's better this way. We are done. He lifted his chin, forcing the word through his sob. And yes, I am staying with him. Minjay gritting his teeth. No, you are not staying with him. Tong froze mid-step, then turned around slowly, his eyes still wet. I will stay with whomever I want, Minjay. You lost the right the moment you threw me out. Minjay angrily. No, we haven't broke up. You will still listen to me, do you understand? Tong snapping. Why would I listen to you? You are not anything to me anymore. Minjay's nostrils flared, his voice rising. Is that so? Tong. Yes. Now get lost. He pushed Minjay's chest hard, his hand trembling with anger and heartbreak. He turned it to walk away, but before he could take 2 steps, Minjay grabbed his wrist again, yanking him back with sudden force. Tong startled. Let go, Minjay. You don't mean that, Tai. You still love me, right? Before Tong could respond, Minjay leaned in, trying to force a kiss. Tai froze for a split second in shock. Then he slapped Minjay on his cheek. Tong, furious, voice shaking. Don't you ever touch me again. Minjay stood frozen, one hand pressed against his cheek, disbelief flickering across his face as Tong's eyes filled again. This time not with sorrow, but with anger and disgust. Without another word, Tong turned and ran out of the library. His heart beat loud in his ear, tears spoiling his vision as he burst out of the library, desperate to get away from him, from everything. Behind the main courtyard, near the quiet benches under the old tree, Tong sat curled up, knees pulled closer, his face buried in his arm. His shoulders shook softly, every breath uneven. Footstep approached Jungkook's. Dong. Tae lifted his head slightly, eyes red and glossy, cheeks streaking with tears. Jungkook crouches down in front of him, his brows filled with concern, etching deep into his face. Jungkook, hey, what happened? Who did this to you? Dong sniffed, his voice trembling. It was Mirsha. Jungkook's jaw clenched. What did he do? Tae hesitated for a moment, his eyes dropping to the ground, his fingers fidgeting with the hem of his sleeves as he whispered. He cornered me in the library, said all sort of things, and then he tried to kiss me. I slapped him and ran. For a second, silence hung between them until Jungkook stood abruptly, his fist balling at his side, his eyes darkened with something hot and furious. Jungkook threw clenched teeth. That bastard! He turned as if ready to storm out, but before he could take a step, a hand caught his wrist. Dong's grip was small but firm, his eyes glistening. Dong shaking his head. Don't, please, Jungkook. Just don't go. Jungkook stopped, looking down at their hand, at the way Tae's trembling finger held onto him like he was the only solid thing left. His chest tightened painfully, that strange and familiar urge rising again. He didn't know why he felt so angry, or why seeing Dong cry made his heart twitch like this. Slowly he knelt back down, gently prying Dong's hand off his wrist, only to hold it instead. Jungkook softly, alright, I won't, but you shouldn't be alone right now. He brushed the thumb across Tae's knuckles. Let me take you home, okay? Dong looking at him, the corner of his lips trembling before he nodded silently. Dong wiped his face with his lips, forcing a weak smile as he stood with Jungkook's help. He was about to thank him softly until his body froze. Just a few steps away, Minja stood, his eyes locked on them. Hair was messy, chest rising and falling sharply, as if he had been searching for Tae for a while. Minja, horsey, breathless. Tae? Jungkook's entire body tensed beside him. The moment he saw Mirza's face, fury flashed through his eyes like lightning. His fist clenched, his jaw tightening. Jungkook under his breath. You have got to be kidding me? Minja took a step forward, his voice cracking. Tae, I'm sorry, please just listen to me once. I lost my temper. I didn't mean to do that. You know me. Dong took a step back, his fingers curling around Jungkook's sleeves. Jungkook noticed it and moved slightly in front of him, protective. You should leave before I make you. Minja ignored him, his eyes fixed only on Tae. Tae, please. You know I can't sleep without you. I can't even eat properly. You said you loved me, didn't you? Then why are you doing this? Why are you letting him come between us? Jungkook's knuckles whitened. He took a step forward, fury vibrating through him. Don't you dare to talk like that. After that, you just put it in the library. Minja snapping his gaze toward Jungkook, voice rising. Shut up. This is between us. You don't get to interfere. He turned it back to Tae. He tried to be manipulative. You know, I didn't mean to hurt you, baby. I was angry. Seeing with him, it made me lose control. Please, come home. We can fix this. I will do anything. I swear. Dong lips trembling, his tears thickening again. But before he could answer, Jungkook did. Jungkook, you call that love? Hurting him, cornering him, and now begging him come back? So your ego doesn't bruise? Minja's face twisted. You think you know him better than me? You think you can protect him? You are just playing with him like you do with everyone else. Jungkook's finger flared. He lunged forward, but before his fist could rise, Dong grabbed his wrist, tightening again. Jungkook, stop. Please just stop. Jungkook turned, seeing the tears streaming down Tae's face. His arm slowly dropped through his chest, still heavy with restraining anchor. Minja took another step closer, despairingly leaking into his tone. Tae, please don't walk away. You know I can't live without you. You are my everything. Dong walked forward and Jungkook's heartbeat raced because he knows Dong is now going to forgive Minja. That's what most of the couple does, right? And he was thinking that he could keep Tae with him forever. Here, he turned it to another side, not having any courage to watch Dong walk back to Minja.